Welcome to NWTCG. We're going to go ahead and just look at this Brawl deck I built and give it a test spin. As you know, we have Brawl for extended time, so I'm trying to enjoy that a little bit for sure, as we're all stuck inside our houses for the most part. So let's go ahead and get to it. Before I really go ahead and break it down, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let me know your thoughts and tell me what more content you would like to see on here. So as you know in Brawl, you have to pick your commander. Our commander is direct to Desecrated. So we're really focusing on ETBs with this guy. As you know, he triggers ETB additional time. So we really want to just gain the value in that in the long run. I don't really think you could win earlier unless your opponent scoops. So otherwise, you're really playing for the long run with this deck. Just going to scan over these cards really quickly. Omen of the Dead, return a card, Gilded Goose, create an artifact. We're just going to name their ETBs or what they are going to do in the deck. Disdainful Stroke is a counter spell. Flip velocity, ETB, draw a card. Negate counter non-creature spell. Omen of the Skate, scry 2, then draw a card. Your Finlooker has your opponent exile a card from their hand. Kindle Transformation, ETB, draw a card. Really want to end up putting this on your opponent's commander if you're playing your creature commander, so that they can lose all their abilities and they don't go to the graveyard or anywhere for them to put it back in the command zone and recast it. Leafkin Druid is an elemental and a mana dork. Thought Erasure, good card. Snatch something from your opponent's hand that you don't want to see in the later part of the game. Surveil Trigger. We want to play at least 3 or 4 Surveil Triggers as I'm playing a card that cares about them in a way. Assassin Trophy, 2 mana, destroy any target permanent your opponent controls, and they search their library for a basic land card. Really nice removal. Find Finality has its parts. I'm really playing it for Find, but I have used it for Finality to clear the board of a lot of earlier creatures that got out. Arcane Signet, if you're not playing your Brawl deck, you should. We're also playing Conceal Elemental, draw a card. Sinister Sabotage, counterspell Surveil. Omen of the Hunt, ETB, you get a basic land card, 3 mana, flash speed. It is an ETB, so it can trigger twice if York's already on the battlefield. We do want to try to get it out early and ramp early, but of course ETB is nice. Overgrowth Elemental, ETB, put a +1 counter on another target elemental. Whenever another creature control dies, you gain 1 life. A little bit of life gain, ETB trigger, why not? Disinformation Campaigns is the card that cares about Surveil. ETB, draw a card, your opponent discards a card. Whenever you cast, whatever you surveil, return Disinformation Campaign to the owner's hand, so you can keep recasting it. It's kind of why you have it in here, and why we have just at least 3 or 4 surveil cards in this deck. Risen Reef, Elemental, ETB, show a land goes onto the battlefield, or the card goes into your hand. So it's really nice, and it does really well if you're Desecrated. Euro Titan of Nature's Wrath. You should know this card by now. ETB, you're going to gain 3 life, draw a card, then put a land card from your hand on the battlefield. You have to sacrifice it. Late game, escape, and also the same ability that happens when ETB happens when it attacks as well. Ashiok's Erasure, exile target spell, and then your opponent can't cast spells with the same name as the exile card. That part really won't matter because Brawl is again a singleton format, but exiling a spell, ETB trigger is really nice. Sometimes if your opponent's going all out, you could exile 2 spells if you're on the battlefield with this. Spark Double, copying a creature or planeswalker, and Spark Double not becoming a legendary if that creature or planeswalker is legendary is really, really nice. Imagine having 2 copies of your commander, having 2 copies of a good creature in the singleton format. There's no reason not to like Spark Double. Thassa's Deep Dwelling, you're using it for that blink effect at the end of your turn. There will be times where the tap another target creature will be light, or at least efficient. Blood for Bones is a great revival card, or reanimate card, whichever word you prefer. I like it a lot. And we're surveilling, so there are times where I could pitch something really good and revive it on turn 4. 7 cost creature, or even a 6 cost creature for 4 mana is really nice. Circuitous Route. We are playing Fill the Dead, and that's why this is really in here. 4 costs, get 2 lands, still really good. You need to play with different names, so being able to search them up and put them on the battlefield is great. No real objections there. Guardian Project, ETB, playing a creature with a different name, you get to draw a card pretty much. It should always be triggering off at some point in this game if I get to it. Will's Reclamation, untap your lands at the end step. There are times where you just want to either play your stuff and keep up your counter spells or activate your lands. We do have some lands that have activations in them. We're also playing Connive, Concoct, another revival that uses Surveil, which is nice. We're playing Cavalier of Gales, 5/5 body, ETB, 3 cards from your library, go into your hand, then 2 cards from your hand go on top of your library in any order, and then when it dies, it does get shuffled back into deck and you scry 2. Very good. Nissa, we're playing her for the static ability. Your forest now producing additional green. Dream Eater, Flash, Flying when it enters the battlefield. Surveil 4, when you do, return target now line permanent, then opponent controls to its owner's hand. I love that bounce effect that it gives. Especially, you don't have to pitch things in the graveyard. You could just reorder the top of your library if you want. Casualties of War, even if you just hit 3 things, destroy 3 permanents for 6 mana, is still really good. Agent of Treachery, ETB, I want to steal something. That's basically what you're doing. You're gaining control of a target permanent your opponent controls, which is very nice. And at your end step, it does have another ability where you control 3 or more permanents. You don't only draw 3 cards. Finale of Eternity. Destroy up to 3 target creatures with toughness X or less. If X is 10 or more, return all creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's really just in here for dealing with creatures. If I really get to 10 mana, well, that should be a good game. You're going to get all those ETBs again, so that's really nice. Land, we're not going to spend too much time. We're actually just going to look over these. We're playing Castle Ventress, 5 islands, 1 Castle Lockway, 4 swamps, 4 forests, 1 Dimir Guildgate, 1 Warrior Grave, 1 Gilvari Guildgate, 1 Overgrown Tomb, 1 Temple Melody, 1 Breeding Pool, 1 Senate Guildgate, 1 Temple Mystery, 1 Command Tower, and the Infinite Field of the Dead. We are playing 25 lands, and I never really had a problem, especially if I get this circuitous route and getting those lands to trigger with the Field of the Dead. Otherwise than that, you could run into just your basics, but I do like playing with a decent amount of basics in a 3-color deck. Other than that, we're going to go ahead and try to get a run off of this deck real quick so you guys can at least see it in action. And I'm just not here talking about it, any spitting words at you. Hopefully I get against a decent matchup, but I am liking playing Brawl on the side of getting in some standard games every now and then. This isn't the worst hand I could have, so we'll keep it. Red, 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 red. So I do like that I do start with 5 more life than I would have had. Hopefully I get to get some stuff going on here. We're definitely going to go with the Euro Titan Nature's Wrath, as that will help me gain some of the life I lost for sure. And get a land on the battlefield. My next best play is probably my commander, as he does have Death Touch and Lifelink, so it should help. Unless of course I get a... No, the commander's probably still the best bet. You know, just from that. Yeah, no matter what I do, I do die. Let's just say I do that. It doesn't really matter because I die either way. Yep. That was very fast, which is what red does, so let's try to get another game in. Yeah, playing against Mono Red Brawl is something. I mean, it still works, so that's nice. But no, I'm not building my deck to be a deck that's trying to kill you on like turn 5. Which is beating your face in, which is what standards. Oh, that's what you get. Trying to get away from that guy.
I know 88 ways to defeat. I must stay focused. Keep an open mind.
Beasts are much more reliable than humans. I've seen puppies whine less than you.
So much commotion. With thoughtfulness before action.
So hopefully I get a... There we go. Definitely got a blue source now. There's no point in playing that, but... That wouldn't draw me a card either. Let's go ahead with this at this point. Take the action.
For the fallen.
He doesn't have enough mana to play his commander. If he's so delicious. If he does play his commander, I might destroy it. To be honest. That makes no sense to attack. I do want to get rid of this Narsa just a little bit. This thing over here, though, is doing pretty well too. I technically want to get rid of everything.
Have you ever lost a home?
So I do have some decent plays here. Okay, so NASA sticks. I'm just gonna go ahead and pass the turn over. And that will have the able to free him from that, which is nice. I got 2 land triggers off of it. Pause it. Definitely having creatures in his graveyard yet, so actually really cool just like that. You know what? No. Let's go ahead and pop that. Because it's costing 2 mana to put a counter on there, and then count the animals. That's where I think I'm going to play the Spark Double. And see how I like it.
You can still walk away.
Copying my commander. That's what I think I'm about to do. Sure. I have 5 mana left. Let's go to combat first. Don't freeze on the game. Alright. Not really caring about it now. And enough cards in my hand, to be honest. Don't really need to draw more cards. Nope. But that is what I'm about to do. I'm about to draw a lot of cards.
Oh, so it's going to be like that, huh?
So, let's see here. This could actually get me lands, so let's see. I'm gonna end up discarding pretty much anyway. We'll actually do it on this one. Exile. That. I do want that in my hand. Sucks. I do want it in my hand. Take action. That guy, and then I don't need the Guardian Project. I already draw 2 cards. What else was there? Pick something then, I guess. That is fine by me. Four cards in the graveyard.
Let me show you what was lost.
So, definitely just want to. I do want to hurt his hand. So I do feel the need to play the Fenlurker, which just says bye to the rest of his hand pretty much. And that's why I play with Fenlurker. Spark double, Fenlurker. Nice. What did I even get? So we got 2 lands and a ritual soot, which is okay. It's not the best thing in the world to get. 3, 4, 5. Probably should definitely play this. some more lands for next turn. Take action. Swamp. Take action. Force. Take action. Alright. And now that I think about it, he actually doesn't have a card to discard, so let's play that. Creature, enchantment, land, and planeswalker. Boom. Boom. Oh, sure. Beautiful sauce. Boom. We did get that one. That one was ours for the taking. Okay. So, yeah, the deck is made to win over time. So if you're playing against a fast-paced deck, you're probably not doing that well, to be honest. But long game, you got it. You got the long game. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you did like the Desecrated as your commander tonight. Alright guys, have a good one. Be safe. Stay healthy.